Hello students, in today's lecture, we will continue with the application of Gauss's theorem. In the previous lecture, we learned that two applications, one is based on the linear charge distribution and another is based on the spherical charge plane sheet, infinitely charge plane sheet. Okay. Now the another application is electric field due to a conducting cell, and it is also understood as uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Okay, for this uh, we considered as let a thin spherical cell of radius r having a charge plus q at its center O as shown here. Let the charge q is uniformly distributed over its surface. Okay. Now for this we need to calculate electric field at any point P. Okay. As you know, the charge for a conducting thing or for a conductor is distributed over the surface like that. This is actually charge distribution for this particular surface. Now to determine the value of electric field by this thin spherical cell having a charge q at center, we considered the three places or three place for that particular point P. One is outside, let's say here P1, another is on the surface, and another one is inside the surface. This is P3, this is P2. Okay. So first we discussed about P1. For this P1 we considered a spherical Gaussian surface whose center is the same as the given cell, which means we consider a concentric spherical cell or spherical Gaussian surface for which the point P lies on the Gaussian surface. Okay, for this, so first just I determine first point P have possible three places as explained to you, that one is outside, okay, outside of the spherical cell is P1, second is on the cell, and third one is, this is P2, and third one is inside the cell, that is P3. So these are the three places at where we calculate due to a thin conducting cell value of electric field. So now we start with the first situation. When P is outside the conducting cell. Okay, now understood this. From the center, distance of point P is taken as R. Okay, that is from this point to this point, this result is equal to R, and you can easily understood that this R is greater than capital R when P is outside. Okay, now step 1, to consider a Gaussian surface around the charge. So consider a Gaussian surface, Gaussian spherical surface around the given cell, given thin cell. Okay, electric field is radially outward, and angle theta between vector E and ds is 0 degree at every point. Okay, this is about to considering the Gaussian surface. Now next is calculation of electric flux is given by electric flux at P1 is given by that electric flux phi E is closed integral of vector E dot vector ds, which is equal to vector E ds cos 0 degree, which we calculate from here. E is constant because at every point it is same, integration ds. Okay, now this is a spherical cell, so area of sphere we use here, that is phi E is equal to E into 4 pi r square. This is our equation first. Okay, now next point is total charge enclosed within the surface is Q. Therefore, step 4 is according to Gauss's law, flux phi E is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. This is your equation second. Now on equating first and second equation, we get from here E into 4 pi r square is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, which we get that E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon r square. this is the electric field inside the, okay, so this is how we calculate the electric field when the point P outside the spherical cell. Okay, next. Second point. Second point is this is figure 1. Let's say this is figure 2. This is center and point charge is placed, and this is the point P. Okay, therefore this is electric field and this is value of vector ds. This is our given surface. When P is on the surface or on the cell, when P is on the cell, which means R is equal to capital R. From the equation first, from equation A, we can calculate this result is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon capital R square. This is the result from equation A. Because we calculate it for resistance R, we get the same result, and here the distance is equal to capital R, so we are using here only this. Now the third point is when P inside the surface, inside the cell, okay, which means small r is smaller than capital R. This is the third situation. So for this, suppose this is, we have given cell with center O and radius R. Clear? Having charge plus Q, which is equally distributed over the surface. Okay, now when the P is inside the surface at this point, so we determine for this particular point this. For that, this is the value of P and this is the radius R. Clear? Now for P, value of for P inside the cell, electric flux phi E is equal to closed integral of E dot ds is closed integral of E ds cos 0 degree, because radially outward, so result of theta is 0. This we calculate from here, E closed integral of surface ds, which we calculate from here that E is equal to phi E is equal to E into 4 pi R square. This is, we have the equation 4. Okay, now according to Gauss theorem, according to Gauss's law, this phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught, and because the charge is over the surface, there is no charge inside the cell, therefore this q is equal to 0. That means according to Gauss theorem, this phi e is equal to 0. This is your equation. Next, let's say fifth. Therefore, from equation 4 and 5th, we get value of electric field is 0. Okay, because there is no charge inside the cell. So, according to Gauss's law, no charge enclosing within the cell inside or within the Gaussian surface within the cell. Therefore, electric flux for point P3 is 0. By equating the two, we get the result is 0. Clear? So note this, and here we can also represent the situation on ER graph. E versus R graph. Okay, this is distance, this is the value of electric field. Okay, let's say this is resistance radius of the cell, and this is the maximum value. This is equal to R, and here is the point P. Clear? Now, because the total charge is situated over the surface, so at this point P, which is equal to the radius of the cell, the electric field is inversely proportional to R square. This is for point P2. Okay, now at P3 inside the cell, when the point P is inside the cell, there is no electric field possessed by the point, which means inside the cell electric field E is equal to 0. Clear hai? Now outside the cell, this is first point, this is second point, and third. As the distance increase, the value of electric field from the cell, from this point, as the distance increase, the result will be decrease for the electric field in such a way. Okay, this is the third situation, and for this particular case, the electric field is inversely proportional to this one. Okay, so this is all about the electric field due to a conducting cell or uniformly charged thin cell. Next, we understood last application, non-conducting cell. Okay students, next is electric field due to a non-conducting charge solid sphere. Okay, we have a solid sphere which is made up of the charge. Okay, and it has volume V. Volume V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is actually its volume. Okay, and it has a volumetric charge density rho, which is given by Q upon V you can calculate from here the total charge enclosed within it is this QB. Clear? Now, for this, consider here we have a non-conducting sphere of radius r and center O has uniform volume, charge density rho. Okay? Charge density rho. Now, we have to calculate the value of electric field at any point P, okay, outside the sphere, on the sphere, and third is inside the sphere. For calculation of the value of electric field, we consider a Gaussian surface for the 3 points as we done in the conducting cell case. Here I will just explain you which is the value of at where, how much is the value of electric field and how to calculate. Okay, for this first consider the point P on the surface which is outside this given cell. Okay, let's say the point P is here. Okay, now the radius of this point from the center is small r when the point P is outside the surface. First, when P outside, okay, that is when small r is greater than capital R. You can easily consider the Gaussian surface. Okay, now here we just calculate the value of electric flux. Therefore, the flux at P is given by closed integral of vector E dot ds. Okay, here this is the direction of electric field and at every point the direction of area vector is 0 degree. So we can calculate this E E ds cos 0 degree. This we calculate here that E is constant at every point and closed integral of this surface because the surface is spherically and completely formed with the charge Q. So this electric flux is equal to E into 4 pi uh, 4 pi r square, and here we use the value ds is equal to 4 pi r square. Okay, this is your equation first. Now total charge within the surface which we considered, that the charge over the solid sphere, that is Q, which is given by rho v. Now, according to Gauss's law, the flux is given by Q upon epsilon naught, and this result for Q is rho v upon epsilon naught. This is your equation second. Now, on equating equation 1 and second, we get E into 4 pi r square is equal to rho v upon epsilon naught. So we calculate from here that result is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and rho v upon r square. Okay, here students, this is actually the result which we want to calculate, and if you use this result, so you can also write this in the case of q. This is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and rho v is equal to q. So this result is equal to exactly same as the value of point charge. Clear? Now here we have V is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This r cube because the charge is only spreaded till the solid sphere which we have given in the situation. Now by using this result here, we get this electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught rho, and we have 4 by 3 pi r cube upon r square. Now here you can easily observe that this 4 pi is cancelled and the final result for this case is E is equal to rho r cube upon epsilon naught small r square. This is the value of electric field when the point P outside the surface, and you can easily observe from here the value of electric field is equal to inversely proportional to r square, which means as the distance from the surface of a sphere increased, the value of electric field will decrease. Okay. Now case 2. Second, when P on the surface, when P is on the surface, that R is equal to capital R. Okay. Now if this is equation A, then from equation A we use in place of capital R, therefore the electric field is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught rho v upon r square. Okay, or you can also say that this electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon capital R square. From this relation you can easily observe that E is inversely proportional to capital R square when the P is on the surface. Okay, at this point. This is P1, this is P2 here, and now when P inside the surface, okay, when P is inside the surface, therefore let's say P is here, P3, okay, and the electric field due to the charge is like that outside, and at this particular point the area vector ds is also outside and normal to the surface which we considered around P3. Clear? Now as you see very clearly here, when the point whatever is the size of the considered Gaussian surface inside the cell, some charges are enclosed within the small sphere. So for this third sphere the volume will become V dash, which is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, which we have situation. V dash is what? Which is volume V3. We don't need to consider the total volume of the sphere. We need to consider only the volume which is inside the considered Gaussian surface. Okay? Now, for third case, electric flux phi E is equal to EDS, which is EDS cos 0 degree, which we calculate from here EDS. Here the area is okay. We don't consider the case when P inside the solid sphere. Therefore R is greater than small r. ये केस हो जाएगा हमारा this. Okay. Therefore electric flux is closed integral of vector E vector ds E ds cos 0 degree, which is equal to E integral of ds. Okay, this result you will calculate here, that E into 4 pi r cube r square, where closed integral of ds is equal to 4 pi r square, surface area of the sphere. Here equation 2, this will become equation 3. Now according to Gauss's theorem, according to Gauss's law, this electric field electric flux phi is equal to q upon epsilon naught, and here q we have rho v dash, okay, upon epsilon naught. This is your equation 4. Now equation 3 equal to equation 4, you can calculate from here this electric field E into 4 pi r square is equal to rho v dash upon epsilon naught. Now this result is E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught rho, first I am using here, ठीक है, rho v dash upon r square. Now put the value of v dash 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught rho 4 by 3 pi r cube upon r square. Now you will easily observe here, this r square cancel the cube, and the electric field inside the cell is this 4 pi, cancel this 4 pi also, this will become rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. Now you can find here the electric field inside the sphere is directly proportional to the distance, which indicates here as the distance increased from the center, which means the radius increased, the number of charge enclosed within the cell or Gaussian surface considered inside the cell will also increase, which means charge enclosing within the surface increase and the electric field is increased till it will equal to the radius of the sphere. Clear? So note this. Now we understood about the ER graph for non-conducting charged solid sphere. ER graph. ER graph, which means distance versus electric field versus distance graph. This is radius or distance. This is value of electric field. This is center O. Now, let's say this is the radius of sphere. Okay. This is point on the surface of sphere. As you understood, again at this point, second case. First we take the first case. We observe here for first case the value of electric field is inversely proportional to R square, which means this result. That is E is inversely proportional to R square by the second case, first case. Now second case on the sphere is E is inversely proportional to capital R square. Okay. And when it is inside the cell, then we have a linear relation, and you know that the linear relation give a graph increasing value, which is this. This result is E proportional to small r. Okay, this is your first result. So this is all about the Gauss theorem and its application. Thank you. Students, we made here two kind of graph. One is for the non-conducting cell, this, and another is, I just form again, this graph is for non-conducting cell, non-conducting solid sphere. Okay, and another is ER graph for conducting cell. Important graphs हैं, you need to understood the both. we have this radius, okay, and here is point P on the surface. We calculate it is equal to 1 upon r square. Case second. Case first, we observe this, which is 1 upon r square. Okay, this is case first. And for case 1, inside the cell, we find there is no electric field. E is equal to 0. This is case third. Both the graph you need to understood very carefully. These kind of questions are appeared to also give the relation between the, also represent the ER graph for the particular case. Okay, thank you.